All right, it is finally happening. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're getting Molly. I'm finally getting Molly. I did get the Fushuan, which was I guess the one that I was thinking of getting anyway. Um, but yeah, the Molly was a big one for me in particular that I wanted to get. So we have Molly, and we can wait until the next. I guess I could level her now, but I could wait on the book. But we do have. Well, I already finished my champ training, but yeah. So now I have three people to level, three legendaries to level now. I have Oella. I do have the partner because I pulled Ultan, so that'll be fun to run together. I do have Fushuan, so I could build out the Mifu team, and Molly, finally here. So this is the big one that I want to do. Oh wait, no, this is it. Like I just need that. You know what? Let's go for it. Okay, that didn't work. One more, I believe. Yes, let's go. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Because I don't really need this, right? I'm not really worried about. No, I'm not really worried about this part. This is what I was worried about. Let's go. Oh, that's awesome. That is super awesome. Let's go. We got our Molly. You may be asking, like, okay, so what's the craze of bringing Molly now? Well, for me, especially if you've seen the last video, which was my hydra key. In short, this is what I was able to do. So when I take a look at this team and I examine the team and I look at what Chris brings, the one thing that I would not have is ally protection, right? But with the team, I'm running a pretty much a 60k and above team, minus Mishinaki and Acrizia. Acrizia already receives 50% less damage, or I think it's like 30% on bosses, something, whatever it is. Mishinaki sitting at 4.8k defense. I'm gonna try to push that to 5k so beef straight. Like, I'm not really too much worried about the team surviving except for those weird moments. But this team is so well built around surviving that it's okay, because we do have decreased attack on the team. We have decreased speed on the team already. We have increased defense. So we'll point it out. So Necmo actually brings Hex for all the heads, and since he's full 2 AoE moves, including his A1, he also brings speed down, he brings speed up, he brings turn meter fill, and he also brings leech just for the DPSs to get their health back up, or pretty much anybody else. Lady Mikage, she's built for accuracy and resistance. She brings buffs to kind of increase the damage that the damage dealers are doing. She also brings what else does she bring? Oh, she also brings buffed increased durations, the same thing that Chris brings, which is really, really nice. She also brings a ally attack for the entire team, which is also really, really nice. And then we have Tahanaric, who's bringing the increased speed. She's also bringing increased defense. She also brings block buffs to the team, which is really perfect, especially like when the heads are a little bit lower. Or the main thing that I like to do with Tahanaric is target specific head that I want to put block buffs on. So the issue that we were running into is that the ally protect was killing my Chris almost every time, because that head for some odd reason would be at that very point not having the buff, or would steal whatever you call it from them. Even though Chris is kind of like my hydra tank, but kind of maintaining that a little bit if you're not constantly popping off the moveset. And sometimes since I'm manual, I switch up the moveset a little bit, which is a little bit crazy. So with that said, that kind of changes my approach just a little bit. And that means that Chris may not have the buffs needed to continue to make sure that he has the things that are out there, to make sure that he's not getting or he's the one that's being targeted by the head of mischief. But again, there's just kind of like that moment where it kind of slips through. So on occasion, it slips through because you're in the fight for 40 minutes, typically at this time where there's going to be some form of danger, because maybe at that point in time you got 3 heads coming in at the same time, which is kind of the case and point that I had for that. So either way, that's okay. Again, we also have decreased defense with Mishinaki, so I don't have to have Chris there in this team for that, along with decreased attack, along with Hex as a backup, or allow me to be able to put Hex on or still buffs. That's the big thing. It's basically still in the buffs when there's an issue, but he may not be going at that period of time, right? I also have him in provoke, and his provoke, especially on this rotation, is so good. Like, it's so good. And particularly with the team that I'm running with Lady Mikage, which means that there's a guaranteed counterattack that Mishinaki is doing. That means that I'm getting 2 or 3 chances to provoke the head with Mishinaki, and that is just phenomenal. So it's really, really great. Also, too, with having a Krizia, that means I'm making up a lot of damage, especially for bringing in this many supports on the team. Even though Nekmothar does a crap ton of damage because of the hexes that he's laying out there, he's getting a lot of that damage that's coming out there. So like a lot of Mishinaki's damage ends up going over to Nekmothar, which is why Nekmothar's numbers are a little bit higher. We'd still love to see Mishinaki have higher numbers, but yeah, still. But yeah, this is kind of like how all the things are running, how things are going. So my plan is to replace Chris and then put in your boy there, right? I also will probably take Mishinaki out of Brimstone because I don't need Brimstone on Mishinaki at this point now. Kind of depends, because a lot of times that may be like another team that I use it. But if I'm running Lady Mikage and Mishinaki at whatever point that I can, which typically most of the time I'm running both of them together now, I don't need that Brimstone on him. So I will be changing his blessing. So then that way I'm getting permanent Brimstone basically by Lady Mikage every single time. So it's looking really good. It's looking really nice. I think that Maulie will contribute greatly to this team, and then I'll be able to push that score even higher so I can cross that billion point total. So I'm super duper excited to bring Maulie in this team instead of Chris, because I already have everything that Chris has on the team, which is really cool because now I can develop a key with Chris and Duchess on the lower level, and that's going to be really fantastic. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Wish I had another Necmo, but that's okay. But either way, just kind of want to talk that through with you guys to show you, hey, you know, I'm trying to make progress, I'm trying to make big strides, and we'll see what the key looks like at that point in time. All right, again, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, and I will chat with you all next time. See you later.